Rave it, baby.
GG.
But why is it gone? Why is your hair gone?
I've been outside and I've been working and it's just been a fucking mess. It's just been a hassle. It's just hair, dude. It's not, listen, I'm 45.
Yeah, you're 40, but that motherfucker
Does
been
not-
with you for like 20 years. Like at least some of it. Why are you acting like you do this all the time?
I do it all the time. Dude, I do this all the time.
In the 3 years I've known you cut it, but it's not been like not like this.
This is interesting because
I've never seen you like this, and all the time I've known you.
What do the kids say?
Never seen you like this.
Capping, is that what the kids say?
Is that what I'm doing?
Yeah.
You're both capping to me right now because you guys have completely flipped sides of the argument about the beard. Like DJ was like, look, it's not like vanity. It's just that a beard becomes part of your identity. Carmen was like, nah, that's vanity. And now you guys are flipped on the completely opposite side where DJ's like, who cares? It's just hair. And Corin's like, I don't know.
It's different when somebody shaves their head. There's way more hair on your head than your face, okay? So if you just shave your head, I'm going to fucking notice, especially if in every single time I've ever seen you, it has never looked like this. Granted, I'm not saying it's never happened. I'm just saying in all of my time of seeing DJ's face, this has never happened. Make sure you guys are subscribed on YouTube.
I feel like I've had so many different hairstyles and so many different beard things. It's like, listen, I will never be partial to this, whatever, this arrangement. This arrangement of identity. I'm not playing that game anymore. This is what I've done. I've shaved my head. I poured the ashes on my head. And I've transcended. This is what a
Every monk has a shaved head. I was gonna get there. DJ brought us there before I got to it.
Here's what's crazy is when I see my shadow and I'll be like working or something and my fucking head be fucking moving and I'll be like, God damn, boy, that's probably what if you say somebody look like an old dickhead, that's what that look like. Ooh, look out there, look like old dickhead. Old dickhead over there. Look at that dickhead, boy. But then I was just out there a minute ago. The goddamn guy had the sun blister the top of my head. I'm talking about blister. Dude, I tell you what else I heard. I heard last night, neighbors up on the ridge, goddamn somebody out yonder behind the woods down there in that holler, somebody's dog got attacked by some coyotes. We heard the coyotes, we heard the dogs, we heard the people yelling at night, dude. It was a fucking nightmare. So that's another reason why I've been out here. Like, I'm like, all right, I'm setting up. We're double protected, putting 2 fences on.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say that's another reason I shave my head.
That's what I thought too. I was
to
like,
the dog.
What?
For in mourning.
Yeah.
Tears in his eyes out there, shaving a hair this big with a knife.
Yeah.
Waiting there with a spear in the fucking tree.
I'm super jealous of how cool you must feel, temperature wise and otherwise. Because, I shaved my head and it was tolerable 2-3 years ago. But a lot of people, they weren't just giving you the Carmen response of what the fuck. A lot of people also were going, hey, don't do that again. And so anyway, I think you look great, Dad.
Yeah, there's no shade. It was just surprising.
No shade anywhere. Now that you have that,
he's always changed it, but he's never gone nothing. That's all. It was just alarming, like all those bitches on the internet when their husband shaved their beard for the first time and they saw that they didn't have a jawline.
I stand
it was just
by that being
surprising.
Wilder, and I can't believe you guys have flipped sides on it. Though it's so wild to me. The beard is the beard is your face.
Which did I say I didn't care? It wasn't a big deal. I feel like
No,
you
said
didn't. You were the
said
other way.
Without attaching I don't remember how you phrased it. You were basically like, it's not a big deal, but you get used to it. This is your face.
Is it your face?
It's part of your face. Yeah.
Look, man, maybe Carmen convinced you and you didn't even know it. Maybe that's what happened here is Carmen.
Conversation about fucking, wasn't it about beard oil or something? Listen, here's the thing. It doesn't even matter. It's just fucking hair. It's all transitory.
Oh, shit.
Man.
It's all transitory, man.
Says the transcendental meditation master himself.
Yeah, that's why he shaved it.
He's gonna start talking while touching his fingertips together.
I think, yeah.
So mashed potatoes.
I think he realized if he was going to keep talking like that, he couldn't have long hair because he was approaching crunchy man bun guy.
Yep.
I did have a man bun by the time. That hurt. That hurt my feelings.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
This
Unless
is
I hurt your feelings.
Having long hair and keeping it constantly in a ponytail, and or it constantly just being like, especially I saw I've had a bunch of bee problems out here in the ground where they get in the ground. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you're fighting them day and night. You know what I'm saying? Still got this.
You're
fucking
still fighting bees?
This is totally different. Newbies.
Newbies?
Newbies.
Wait, I didn't know bees were in the ground. I always thought they had a hive on something.
Then I would say that some fans of DJ's long, luscious hair are thinking right now the bees are winning.
The bees are winning.
Dude, they got me last night.
Dude, I dropped some diatomaceous earth in there.
There you go. Eat some lime.
But then they came out out of another hole, like behind me.
That's what they did to me, dude. No. Yeah.
I think the bees are conspiring.
And then my in-laws were like, "Oh, you sure it's the same situation? They don't really do that." I'm like, "Well, they just did it."
Oh, they do that. Yes,
maybe they've gotten smarter since 1942. Did you think of that,
dude? And so then I went out and got that bee out, and then they started coming out on the other side of the driveway from somewhere. I'm like, goddamn, all of the goddamn bees underneath my motherfucker.
They sent out the signal.
Bad.
Well, and then my dumbass had it was a night. I was pouring gas on him. My dumbass had a headlamp.
Oh, yeah.
You can't run from bees with a headlamp on, dog.
No.
Yeah. So not only was they coming at me, it's coming right at my face. So then I had to throw the headlamp, and that's when one of them got me. And then during this action, got me right on my forearm.
Damn.
That's all right. They had a big gas in the ground, too. I poured that gas. The next day I looked during the day. I only got half of it.
Wow. I thought we were supposed to be saving them. Why aren't you guys saving the bees?
I'm saving something for them.
Yeah.
I'm saving them from themselves, dude.
They got to go. They attack us every time we walk up. They can't walk. They got to go.
I think it's a macro problem, Carmen, not a micro. You know what I mean? There's not enough bee colonies, perhaps. Although I think they made a comeback. But like when they're on your property and you see how big a colony is, because, you know, it's like you can't. They're not black people in the 80s in Miami. We can't just pass a law and relocate them.
Yeah. It's hard to Jim Crow bees, I suppose.
Well, I mean, you can if they're, we moved, not Jim Crow them, but not what I'm saying. What we did was we got the bee suits, we moved all the nests and we moved them to a different place. These nests are underground. We can't get to them.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah, so it's like, now we also can't walk in this area because they're very aggressive.
Yeah, it turns out, are they yellow jackets, these, yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, the little ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, me and DJ got the same problem going on right now. And then I, on top of that, have some elderly. I hope they didn't hear me say that. They won't because they're elderly. And a 2-year-old that I am responsible for as a man, Carmen. So I'm about to shave my head.
I know. This podcast is getting very Manosphere. Just one episode at a time. I'm slowly getting roped into being part of it.
It's raining, man. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah? With a question? Hallelujah.
I cannot get over. Did the liberals coin it Manosphere, or did someone on the right? Because I can't get over how that literally just means it's raining men. Food for thought. Grok. Who named it? I'm kidding. I don't have Grok. What if I did? Carmen, you've been gone.
I was gone last week. Yes, I was.
Were you doing the road?
I was on the road, and I was.
Did you have any interesting experiences performing live comedy in America?
No, it seemed like everybody just wanted to laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing strange, nothing new, no new experience to share with
Nothing.
us.
No, nobody brought it up. I think.
Really?
What did I do? I think I did one. The last show I did a show in Sacramento, and there was 2 skinny white boys who were also on the show because it was like a showcase, and then I was at the end of it. And that there was like 4 comics in front of me doing 10 each, and 2 of them were skinny white dudes, so naturally they wanted to bring it up. One of them was like, I look like I support it, you know. It was all very superficial jokes about it, but there was no nobody saying anything. I guess this is the best way to say it. Nobody said anything about it, but there was a couple classic young white dudes that mentioned it.
Classic. Me and DJ didn't mention it either.
Oh yeah, the whole episode.
Nobody at my work mentioned it. Like we talked, like me and some of the young people talked about conspiracy theories, kind of adjacent to it.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't actually talk about it, and none of the old people talked about it. Every old motherfucker at my work. It doesn't matter
who he is.
But that's also that. I mean, I feel like he's not. I think they might know his name. Oh yeah, I think he was on some sort of Fox News snippet, but he was very much geared towards the youth. So
right.
Yeah, so I don't know that. I mean, I know a lot of people. I think that's part of the reason why when it happened, I think a lot of people were talking out the side of their neck, not knowing what the fuck they were talking about. Or I think that was another way why he garnered a lot of just unbridled sympathy from all the MAGA people, because they saw a picture of him with Trump and they're like, he's clearly a good guy.
Right.
But then anytime people would quote him and put clips of him and stuff like that, because I know there was a lot of black creators and a lot of people who were like, why the fuck? Like, there's a difference between celebrating and not giving a fuck if this guy died or not. There's a lot of conversation about it, and in all that, like, these people were trying to dox them, they were trying to like get them fired, all this stuff that's happening, but then whenever people would be like, or like, show me where he's racist, show me where, and then he would like put a series of clips up, and then they would be dead silent. There would be nothing. Nobody's got anything to say when you have.
Oh really? I definitely saw some people being like, "That's not racist to say that racist thing."
Yeah. I mean,
DJ and I definitely talked about it the whole episode.
Of course,
like,
it's hard not to.
Yeah. I want to say this, and I mean, we can move on if you want, or we can talk about it. But as far as what we were said last week, I have decided that since he is alive, it's not an op. If he dies, I will flip 100% the other way. I'm 100% not an op till he dies. When he dies, if he dies, I'm 100% this was an op. That's the only thing I want to say. That's just tagging on some stuff we said last week, Carmen, where and we acknowledge this. We were like, it's way too soon for us to be speculating, but it's so fun.
Right. Yeah. Of course. Well, yeah. And now, the even further speculate, like, I had to learn what a groiper was. I haven't been that balls deep. Yeah, I haven't been that balls deep in the internet sphere, dog. Like, I unplug. I don't know about the, just like there's other weirdo sects of the internet that I don't fuck with either. But I mean, I did get the meme references on the bullets. I did get that. I'm well versed enough in the internet to understand that. But I definitely learned a lot more of them in the last week and change for sure. And also, I don't know if you guys know this part about it, but this part, it was super creepy weird to me, is it's basically operating in the sense similar to prison, in that they're so far removed from everybody that they're having like their dudes, these femboys, being like acting as like their girlfriends and acting as like their partners and shit like that, while there's like, actively hating on people who do that freely. It's real strange. I mean, that culture is super strange, obviously, but that was something else that was like super weird when they're talking about the roommate and all this other stuff. And it's like, man, I hope it's, I mean, the whole thing's weird. There was one night I stayed up until 6 o'clock in the morning watching everything I could on all of it, watching all the videos about them doing frame by frame with the shots and about where the bullet actually came from. About how that kid is probably a plant. I mean, several different things. I mean, if you're going to plan this out, you don't just leave the gun with all of your fingerprints very easily for people to find. I don't know. I mean, like the whole thing around it is super strange, but
yeah. Well, yeah, and these people are like so incompetent. But I think
also that too. So then
like,
it's like,
yeah,
is it a really high end op? Is this all about Israel still, or is it like there is this kid just 22 and stupid?
There's definitely people who think that Israel did it, but I think for the most part, the whole Israel part of this is simply the fact that what Tucker and Candace and all these people are saying is basically that the support because he did turn down like $150 million and turned down a trip to Israel, and he turned down all this stuff, and like
he refused to be Ben Shapiroized.
Right. So they're saying he was changing his views on a lot of things, and that he was just basically. Anyways, the point is that the support what they're saying is that the support for Israel has always been manufactured, and that these people aren't America first. So some people think that Israel did it, but like really, honestly, I think the whole conversation is far too nuanced.
Yeah,
and like
absolutely
full of like full of like weird like this like weird things that you have to be like you said, like either into the meme culture. Because I see so many creators like try to like come out and try to explain it in such a bad way, or try to bring up like
sound insane.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to talk about it.
Yeah, where do you start?
Right.
Yeah.
I want to say this though about Israel.
Ooh, I mean, come on now. Even just explaining.
Yeah. Yeah, remember that governor tried to read it?
Yes.
It's like, goddamn, we got a pep on TV reading memes on a bullet. I don't know.
That is so
who the gripers
crazy.
are, but I think they're winning.
Nah.
Let me say this about Israel real quick. Did you guys see the supposed text exchange between the shooter and his girlfriend, roommate, whatever?
Yeah.
That script was so bad. There's no way Jews were involved.
Yeah, no, that's not the way 22-year-old guys talk. I'm sorry.
And that's not the way Jews write a script, Carmen. There's no way Israel did this.
It was weird that the Jerusalem
Guys, it's not
Post
anti-Semitic if it's a compliment, folks.
It's not. It was weird that the Jerusalem Post was the first publication to post about it before it technically happened.
The BB,
Go ahead.
BB's apology tour was fucking so disgusting. And I think that's what the main thing that they want to say is like, yeah, this shit's not America first. If you want to be America first, whatever. It's whatever. It's not. Here's the thing. I think this also another thing. If you're on the left, or if you're a centrist, or if you're a liberal, I think a lot of people. Y'all are living on a prayer. You're living on a prayer because you've lost, okay? And like all these institutions, they're just folding. You're gonna have to create new ones. They're gonna have to be outside of whatever this Democratic Party is. Like people like Ezra Klein and stuff. It's ghoulish. Like they're trying to lull you into some sort of state of like technocracy that you can like is digestible for you, but like this is crazy. Like it's done.
Yeah,
like
it's so wild too, because all these right-wing boys are letting this happen when it's the thing that they say they're all about. And I'm specifically talking about the comics of this. About how like this whole thing has been about free speech and all this other shit, and now and now entire shows are getting canceled.
Years. They just wanted to say tranny on stage.
Yeah.
That's all it was ever about for them.
Everybody
like one or two of them had the decency to admit it.
Yeah.
The others had to ramp it up in some kind of high-minded, fucking dumb bullshit. And the thing is, they'd come out the other side of this with a lot more integrity and their heads held a lot higher. Joe Rogan would be being accused of being a fascist right now if he'd have just said, "Nah, I just like saying tranny. I just want to say faggot every once in a while."
Yeah.
Everyone would have been like, "Well, that's gross. Some of us are going to not go to your show." He would have got the same fan base, though, who was foaming at the mouth.
Yeah.
And now he could do what he's doing, but it would work where he's washing his hands of it. He could just be like, "Look, I just wanted to say tranny. I didn't want, I'm sorry." But it's not working because he like wrapped it in some kind of
he leaned
fucking
into
noble.
it. I mean, and that's all Hinchcliffe's influence. That's all that is, because that's his little brother. Whatever, and he genuinely is evil.
Ever since that elephant graveyard came out, every other fucking video on my feed is why I'm leaving Austin, why everyone hates Austin. This is what Austin ruined. Ever since that last elephant graveyard, did you see that, Carmen?
What's the elephant? What are you talking about? What happened on that most recent one?
It's crazy to me that you don't know about the elephant graveyard.
What?
I think I sent you guys
Producer Mark doesn't know either.
The Rogan one.
Huh?
I think I sent. Didn't I send our thread, the first one, the burn the boats one? Wasn't the first one, but one of the first ones.
No,
dude,
you go
David. What's that dude's name? David.
Lucas.
This David Lucas videos. Now, for me, that's just pure guilty pleasure. I touch myself to those.
Dude, you're amazing. Amazing.
I could have swore I said you burned the boats.
I don't think so. Okay, could you say what it is, though, for our listeners and not just me?
Yeah, it works.
It is, it is a video essay, essentially, couched sort of as a documentary, but it's not really. It's a video essay in which this person who goes by Elephant Graveyard on YouTube breaks down why, there's various videos, but the ones that I like, breaks down why Joe Rogan sucks at stand-up and why Burn the Boats was embarrassing. Breaks down why David Lucas is a hack who pretends to be this strong-minded, thanking edgelord.
Yeah, but nobody thinks that. Like, have you ever heard of stand-up? Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, but imagine 22 minutes of examples.
This is high art also. By the way, high art.
Yes, it's very well done. And then this latest one is about Austin in general. And then there's a very specific, this is where he brought it home in terms of high art for me. A specific call out on the evolution of Duncan Trussell from a guy who was like, Joe, you need to think about what you're doing, to a guy who's like, I don't know, I met Peter Thiel. He's a pretty good guy.
Wow.
And
it's even on all of his live streams, and you'll get this when you watch it, on all of his live streams, it's just people going, suey eyes, there's suey eyes. Like, he's got the suey eyes. There's 4 parts about the Rogan Sphere. Dude, it's great. You have to, everyone, go out there right now. Stop what you're doing. Stop your car. Get out of it. Run down the street. Get to your house. Turn it on.
It's criticism is what it is.
Yeah, no, I love it.
Yeah, like in this, like in the old school sense of that word. This is a critic commenting on culture and entertainment.
I think that, I would on a grander scale, I think part of what's happening is there isn't as much counterculture as throughout time there has been enough of to battle it, and it's just like, or if it does, it's not getting the same kind of, because it's not part of this weird like tech bro zeitgeist is anything. It's just easier to keep it quiet, I think. I mean, overall, like, you can definitely are getting it. I would
reverse your framing. I think it's harder to get it loud.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So that's what
almost like
there's
if
seemingly
you start
less
to get
of
it loud. Yeah, it's almost like if you even start that process, you're kind of already playing against yourself. You're already buying into what's bad about a lot of that shit, which is like the posting constantly and the content machine. Yeah, it's but
I don't know though, man.
Wild time.
You get 5 casts, gets over 1 million views every video. Elephant Graveyard, way over 1 million views. Their podcast,
if anything,
podcast is great. So this stuff is deep in this, like this new, I think the new counterculture is, it's great. They're going to be great. These people are going to be great. The only thing you have to be worried about is like, now we're going to have like lived up edgelords. So it's going to be like the same as edgelords, but they're going to be like totally fucking, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. I'll kill myself.
Speaking of a lived up edgelord, wow.
I know.
We agreed with you. I guess we just didn't know what to say. Like, yeah,
it's true. I was trying to imagine it.
We're gonna have that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very strange week. It was, I think a lot of people found out. I think a lot of people found out that they were closeted Charlie Kirk fans. I think a lot of people found out that, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, this is, and I know that they're gonna, like, I know that the narrative is that, oh, you didn't care when these people got fired for tweets, but now you care that Jimmy Kimmel's being taken off the air, Stephen Colbert's been taken off the air. But there is a difference between a writer getting fired for saying something and entire shows full of people getting taken down.
Well, I'll give you another difference, and this is just me for like what matters to me. If Jimmy Kimmel got fired because CBS or ABC or whatever the fuck it is didn't like that, I honestly don't care. I mean, that's just the truth. I really don't. If he got fired so that they could make a merger happen, and the federal government was like, to make this merger happen, which by the way went through 20 minutes after they announced he's being fired. None of them have a problem with that. Anyone who doesn't is either insane or there's nothing to that person. They ain't. They're softer than a Krispy Kreme donut. There ain't fucking nothing to them. And I'll stand on that. You might get fired for your opinions. That will happen to people from time to time. Your boss may say, I don't like that, I'm gonna fire you. If they do it though because the federal government told them to, we're in a different ballgame.
Yeah, for sure.
And I don't think anyone's given me a single example ever of someone during the whole cancel culture's bad bullshit that the right was throwing at us.
Where the federal government have it? No, it was always
Netflix,
peer,
YouTube,
peer-to-peer and company-to-peer, and it was like either enough people complained that you were a racist piece of shit that you got fired, or, and I don't know if maybe it's just corporations are like, well, the country's fascist, we might as well lean that way, just for the sake of business. Yeah, just for the sake of business.
Been fascist. We weren't they fascists?
Yes, and also when people talk about like, oh man, the German Empire fell apart. Okay, but like Adidas didn't.
Yeah,
motherfuckers.
Hugo Boss thrived, dog.
Hugo Boss was giving them the shirts, and then they kept making money when it was over. So yes, these companies are definitely kowtowing to power. That's definitely my problem with it. I do want to say one thing though, going back on that other thing. Back then, when I was like everybody was talking about that, I said this then. You can check the tape. If like YouTube is deplatforming you and it's not for hate speech, it's not for dangerous shit, I had a problem with that then. Because YouTube should be a utility. Like, we should all be able to access that stuff. Jimmy Kimmel's not YouTube, neither is ABC. They're allowed to fire him. That's my opinion. Like, it may piss people off if they didn't like what he said about Charlie Kirk. But I think it sure seems like they did it and like, also there's reports coming out where some people on the inside of that room are anonymously saying, we literally did it because they told us to. We literally did it to make the merger happen. That is fascism. It's a joke.
Yeah.
Right.
Dude, pussy shit.
Here's the thing.
Ain't nobody shit no more, Carmen. How's that for a edgelord lib card, DJ?
Yeah, listen.
Everyone's pussy.
I just want to tell you this. Well, yeah, man, dude, I was having ecstasy. We were talking about this on Discord today. It's like, it's crazy watching people spiral out and like run around with their hair on fire. Because like I felt like I had all the existential crisis that people were having like 4 or 5 years ago. Like when Roe got overturned, like I lost my fucking mind, man. It was and then like everybody was like, well, you know, I guess that shit happened. I don't know what people were thinking.
Yeah, I mean different frogs have different points where they realize the water's boiling.
Well, yeah, but then like people are fucking freaked out about this assassination. I get it. It's traumatic, especially if you were like growing up with him. Dude, listen, radical empathy. If not radical empathy, then at least tactical neutrality. If you can't do either of those, then I don't know how you're going to make it in the future when mutual aid is needed and da, 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 da. Anyway, long story short, but there was a time, like not too long ago, where there was like 4 or 5 murders of whistleblowers from company, and we all knew it. We all knew that the company.
We were just cool with it.
We knew it. We saw. Everybody knew they did it. Everybody knew they did it.
They're trying to put a camera on every street, and the guy, one of the main 2 dudes behind it, is on a "There Is No Antichrist" tour, and the other main dude behind it just became the richest dude alive, and he is on paper on his Wikipedia straight out of the CIA.
Yep. Yeah,
and they both own both these companies, ABC, CBS. By the way, they're the Ellisons, the Oracle, and like fucking are taking over TikTok. Apparently now you're going to get a new TikTok. The TikTok in America is not going to be like the TikTok. It's going to be highly fucking. Hey, look, listen, it's been like this. Anyways, so there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm on a list. I'm definitely on a list.
I don't know. I don't know that they look. Well, whatever. The idea of a list is I go back and forth with it because.
For sure.
Yeah. But the other thing is
don't take this from me. This is my credit.
Fair enough.
I'm on what's this? Clay Higgins top 10 comics to watch. Big Brother's top 10 comics to watch. Clay Higgins is too.
Yeah, fuck you, Variety. We're on a cooler list, bitch.
Top 10 comics being watched.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a trick question. We're all being watched now. Man, they're putting the fact that they're just putting it up. There was a kid in Vegas who was like showing them right after they installed like what they look like, and they were like, this, just so you know, this is this is all surveillance right here. They're just installing them because now these companies are donating them to the states or to the cities, and so they're just installing them just how like during George Floyd and stuff like that, there was no reason for the LAPD to have a fucking tank. It's the same shit. These defense contractors are donating all of this stuff, so then they can just surveil us. And I don't
That's
know.
a good point.
I don't know why these fucking. I don't know why any of these governors or mayors or anything. Why are you accepting it? Or accept it and put them in a warehouse, dog. Why are you doing this to your citizens?
Because they're the cops. All cops are bastard is originally a French phrase, and it was actually, if you translate it properly, all cops are bastardized. These people are brainwashed, dude, and they're bought off. I mean, they got good pensions.
That's what I'm
saying.
saying.
They truly believe they're heroes. I mean, imagine how happy you would be if you had a job that paid well and you were really convinced that it was the righteous job to have, and you got to beat up people you hated every day. I mean, dude, I'd love to be a cop if I weren't like moderately decent and an intelligent person.
Yeah.
Well, it's not just cops, though. It's
but
the
that's what I'm talking about. It's all the mayors,
Yeah.
These people on all these committees and stuff like that. Like, just none of them. They're buying them
Bad
all
culture.
off. It just
We're a
sucks.
bad culture.
Yeah.
We're bad.
That's it.
Yeah.
So it's gravy.
Oh, everything.
But also to go back to what you were talking about, I mean, comics have been calling David Lucas slurs for, I mean, especially black comics, because that's a house guy is what they're referred to, but with another word. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
He's always been that guy. He's always been that guy.
But Elephant Graveyard occupies a different space in the zeitgeist, and it's the space that a lot of Kill Tony fans occupy. It's like Reddit. It's sort of fancy yourself antisocial. It's just they've all seen it, I guess is what I'm saying, and it's pretty undeniable. It's whereas if like the cool black comic is shit on David Lucas, they're not gonna care about that. They're gonna go, who? That guy doesn't have a career.
Yeah.
He needs to get off David Lucas's dick.
Yeah.
But like to DJ's point, Elephant Graveyard's getting millions upon millions of hits, is remaining anonymous, so you can't accuse him of chasing clout.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, dude, I'm telling you, it's really high art. It is like it's like a critique. It's a philosophical critique on social, on like society.
Mm-hmm.
It's dark. It's funny at times. Oh God, it make you cringe, make you want to fuck. It's dark, like it's just. It's really that I think it's the highest form of art that I've seen now on social commentary on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's
oh, let me hit my Tony. Wow.
That's a very
think
interesting
so.
observation.
Mr.
think of something
Lewis,
else?
that's quite a statement you made.
Yeah, can you think of something else? It's like if Adam Curtis
Mm-hmm.
was making a documentary, kind of a tongue-in-cheek documentary on comedy culture.
It reminds me of In Decline a little bit. It reminds me of Channel 5. What was it? All Gas, No Brakes a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what it is? Oh, God. I think they get too much credit sometimes. But you know what this is? This is like whatever the Beastie Boys were. This is like suburban angst, white boy. I'd bet $1 billion he's white. And sort of intelligent and is inside the system and could take every advantage of it, and they're going, man, let me hold a mirror up just a little bit. Let me just refuse to do that. I like it. I'm into it.
Mm-hmm.
I bet he's upper middle class. Listen to me, I sound like an FBI. We had an upper middle class white guy, grew up in the suburbs, probably made good grades in the social studies type courses, probably didn't do well in math, not because he couldn't, he just thought it was stupid.
Yeah. You know what? Here's the thing, though. A lot of people are like, and I'm guilty of this, too, of being a classist.
Mm-hmm.
Not as racist as you are, Drew. Like, I'm not going to hold the white man down. Just because he's white, I'm not over here being like, fuck his art.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Not like you.
I was holding him up.
Oh,
I was talking about that demo, a person, kind of turning into the transgressive cool guy.
You can't be racist towards white people, not when we live in a fascist state.
Why did we let her talk again?
but now it's, but we
to make sure you guys don't end up in the wrong hole. That's why.
We brought the woman in to make sure we don't end up in the wrong hole. I'm not touching that one. DJ, finish your thought.
No. We get classes and we get like kind of like oriented towards like a person, but like, dude, Zach De La Rocha, he was a rich kid. His father's
that's who I said probably instead of
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I mean, it goes the same thing with Luigi. There's been multiple other assassinations, but they're not as cute.
Right.
They're not from
you guys are fleshing out my point, and I'm really appreciating.
Yeah,
it.
I know. I'm
like
genuinely...
the David Lucas haters from before weren't reaching the same people Elephant Graveyard is reaching.
Right, just
Zach
like the same thing that happened with Mark Maron going after these guys, and me and every fucking female comic have been talking about this for the last fucking decade. Nobody's listened to us. So and plenty of other people, but
yeah,
because Mark
me
Maron,
and DJ, but way to leave us out. Wow.
But I'm just saying, white guys are more inclined to listen to Mark Maron. So it's like, okay, well, maybe this makes a difference then. But that did hit for me that Luigi didn't get any terrorism. He's out of the terrorism charges. Both of those were dropped from a judge. So
yeah, it's almost like as flawed as our justice system completely and horribly is, you still like have to follow some like decorum. It's like you still can't just make stuff. Now we're like a year away, but for right now, you still can't just make shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
can't just not in a court of law.
That's the weird thing about this kid in this case is like there's a lot of holes in it, and like it'd be wild as hell if this kid walked. It would be wild if they fucked this thing up, got so bad he walked, man.
I hope he does.
It would be really wild. That's what I'm saying. They didn't kill him. It'd be really wild if you go to trial and they're trying to submit this text exchange, and there's like certain procedural operations you have to satisfy to get a text exchange into the court. Now they're pretty standard, but what's their plan?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know, man.
are they going to replace someone at Verizon? I mean, like, the defense is going to contact Verizon. I mean, you know what? The move would be to make sure you control his defense lawyer. Fuck. I mean,
Yeah. Did you? Yeah. Well, hey, dude, did you see or suicide him? Did y'all see Cash Patel's like any of his congressional where he
I
was
saw him doing
like,
the ABCs.
I know he's
Oh,
a puppet,
dude.
but why does he actually look like a puppet? I can't take anything that man said. Like his eyes get to the point. I'm like, that guy's not real. Like they
No.
don't even blink like he doesn't look human, dog. He looks animatronic.
I mean, he worked at the Miami-Dade Public Defender's office. He started there like 4 years after me, so like a year and a half after
No
I left, or
fucking
2 years after I
way.
left.
So
I'm
you
gonna start saying we started at the same time. I'm just gonna start making up shit about it. I mean, he's lying. Why can't I?
that in that part, it's just also so weird. And to your point, what you were saying earlier, it's like it's so wild that all of these things are just getting passed without ever having to see the Supreme Court and all that shit. But we still have to follow procedural for fucking Luigi. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense.
I mean,
Trust me, they're
that's the
working
point.
on making that more linear and logical as we speak.
Producer
Dude,
Mark
I
says
know,
he looks like he has
Go ahead.
1 pound of coke going through the airport. Like he always looks like he's
Yeah.
about to get in trouble.
He just got coke up his butt.
Yeah.
The puppet hand
Well,
has coke fingers.
Yeah. Yeah.
That guy.
Dude, he
I mean, I
didn't
saw
know-
this tweet. I'm sure everybody did. It went mega viral of like the two podcasters who are in charge of investigating the death of another podcaster have announced that the vice president will take over the. It's like we're bad. It's a bad culture.
I don't know who the casting director was for this, but they need to be fired. Can't we get Allison Jones to cast this better?
It's perfect though. It's perfect though.
I was fixing to say, I think it's thoroughly
So
perfect.
perfect. I mean, really being unqualified, being just incompetent is the one qualifier for the job.
Yeah,
Like
that's fair.
just being because they're not. None of these people are running this shit.
Mhm.
That is, it's that whoever's behind it is telling them what to say. They're just the same talking heads that have. Always, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
this is like anybody who thinks that Marco Rubio is like taking care of the Department of War, I guess now, plus like the National Security Administration and holding like 3 hats of like the biggest. You're none of these people are. RFK is. They're all just there to. None of them are doing anything. It's whoever behind them.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be able to do something, but they're all incompetent. But it doesn't matter because they just have to
They're
be
also all insanely selfish, narcissistic,
right. Yes.
ladder climbing opportunists
Yes.
who
Yeah.
should
Well,
be
those are the
put against
easiest
the
people to
wall
control.
and shot
As
after
long
a
as
trial.
as long as they get the spotlight and they get paid off, then they don't care. As long as they get to be adored and hated, because it's the same coin. As long as they get the attention plus
Right.
the money, then you're the most easily manipulatable person. Like,
Can I just say though one thing in defense of RFK Jr.?
no shit. Okay.
He's the only person who has a good excuse.
Well,
The
Brainworm.
government
but he's-
murdered his family.
Yeah, that's true.
He's allowed to go into the government and sabotage it for
Mm.
kicks or money or whatever it is.
Yeah.
He is
Yeah.
the one person where he's up there. And the bullet Johnny Kirk killed him because it had red dye in it. And I'm like, nothing you're saying makes sense, but that's what should happen. You literally have brainworms, and the government killed your family.
Mhm.
You are allowed to be this way.
But
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. I am
The
going
crack
to,
helps too. Yes.
He knows what he's doing. I know he knows what he's doing. I know what he's doing. He knows what he's doing is wrong. Because one thing during all this you've never heard any of them say anything bad about, and that is how the fucking internet rots your brain. And how these kids are getting sucked at like all these. They're not saying anything bad about on social media because of the ad revenue. They're not going to go against the millions of dollars of ad revenues and the indoctrination. So they're not going to say anything about that. That alone it's how these kids are being manipulated. And again, it's too much of a thing, but it is true that these kids are getting so blackpilled and fucking put into this meme culture of just having their brains. You put them on a bunch of fucking, you know.
You get them nihilistic. You get them not care. Nothing matters. It's all. It doesn't matter.
Right.
It's the end of the world. Who gives a shit?
Charlie Kirk's not a person. He's just a meme. You're memeing stuff. You're making the sergeant fucking read. If you read this, you're gay. Lamau. You're making,
That's what I knew. It wasn't us. It's too funny.
And all your friends are laughing about it. And all the other meme kids are laughing about it. They're laughing. They're showing on the star. Oh, that's my game. That's a game I play. That's a thing that they do. I get that we're in on the joke. That's what's real. That we're all in on the joke. They're not saying anything about that, which is really the fucking. I think everyone, because the kids fucking. Oh, you try to put him left and right is just no. When has anyone that's been an assassin had any type of like coherent, like who? John Hinckley? Like, what are you talking about? Like, when does this ever happen? That's never gonna happen, especially now when you're brought up in this culture. That's a different story.
and arguably the evilest one, considering who he was targeting.
Sure.
Well, I don't know what I was going to say. I think I just said that because we're getting close to the end. It felt like a time for me to go, well, do you guys fuck with Prof. Galloway, I think is what he goes by? No. Scott Galloway, I think is his name. He's like this tall, gray-bearded, silver fox dude who's mega rich. And he's shifted to podcasting because he literally got bored making money. And he's a straight up like half centrist lib type dude. But he, in my opinion, he tries to tell the truth as he sees it. And he has said what you just said, DJ, over and over again. For like a year, he'll pop up on my phone and be like, anyone who's trying to tell you how to fix the kids and they're not bringing up what the internet's doing to them, it's because they don't want to lose their platform. And he's like, I don't need this platform. I do it for fun. We need to get all of these young men off the internet right.
Yeah, for sure.
It should go back to 90s, what are the 90s rules where you just lost the ability to connect to the internet.
Yeah, and then you could be as, like it should go back to 90s too, with like parental advisories and all that. Oh, God, we got old. We got old, guys. Listen to us.
I don't mean parental advisories. I don't think that did anything. But I'm saying, I was
just going to make a bit at the end of it, but
oh, gotcha. Go ahead.
But still, we are talking about taking away the video games. It's just the internet. We're right, but we're our parents.
Well, I mean, so I do think it's wrong to just be going around going, that's a hypocrisy and everything else. That's useless, right?
Sure.
But at the same time, I think that like America really has to come to terms with the fact that the internet, we were just talking about this how the internet is fake and it's desensitizing people completely. Everyone. I mean, it's a horror show. It's a snuff film. You know what I'm saying? And you get out there and we've all been dehumanized each other. We're disconnected. You know what I'm saying? We're full of microplastics. It's not healthy. That we have to come to terms with the fact that like there's something wrong with that, and when giving a 3-year-old an iPad like isn't great.
But people have been screaming that from the rooftops for a decade. Yeah. That's not new information. It's just people would rather do that than one parent or two. Like, I think at some point it becomes overwhelming to the point where you're like, fuck, I don't even know what is okay and what isn't anymore. You know what I'm saying? So like, I get why people went rogue and like are raising their family in Montana somewhere where they don't have access to a lot of, like, you know what I'm saying? Like forcing these kids to live a completely nomadic life, not connected to the. I get all that, because at the end of the day, it is truly the safest thing you can do for a child. When you know the dangers of it, you know what I'm saying? Like when you can't even put on a show that's made for kids because now you know that it was made specifically to get them addicted to being like to watching shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I join this conversation?
Oh yeah. Come on,
Yeah.
Papa Bear, get in.
I don't mean like you're leaving me out. It was meant to be like a funny.
Mhm.
Would you guys value my opinion on this?
Come on, Daddy-o.
The facts that you guys are spitting are out there and they're available. It's not that hard, by my estimation. Let me acknowledge a lot of my privileges in terms of education, in terms of internet literacy,
Mhm.
in terms of waiting until I was 40 or 38 to have a kid. But so it's not that hard to like, okay, this parent shared a tip. Find a bunch of fucking 90s DVDs before every children's show, figured out how to get your kid hooked,
Mhm.
and make sure you limit it to this time of day and this amount of time. And if you do need a break, and that's why this is happening, or one of you has to go to work and the other one can't be there, then time it to where they're going to get their hour, blah, 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 blah. But guess where I learned all that?
On the
The
internet.
Rot Box.
Mhm.
And we're living in this paradox, all of us right now. How do I tell people not to let their kids do it? How do I tell people to, hey, protect your families right now, get your passports in order. If you can stomach it, get a gun, and then unplug your phone. That last part, like, is this the last transmission? I mean, the last transmission's going out. As soon as you get this, do these things and unplug your phone. We're toast in some ways.
Sure.
I mean, not really, because for a lot of us, when we do finally unplug, whether it's by force or everyone just gets over TikTok being ran by the government and all that, we won't really know, right? I mean, isn't that where this is going?
Mhm. Yeah.
Like, if I unplug, I'm not going to know what Trump's doing in D.C.
Yeah, I mean, quite literally happened. I've been locked out of Facebook, and a friend of mine got murdered, and I didn't know anything about it. I had no way. Like, it's not a person that I didn't know his family, so I couldn't text anyone around him in his nucleus to find out this information. So I'm like texting an old roommate of his. Do you know what the fuck happened? I know you lived with him a fucking decade ago. Do you know what the fuck happened? And I'm just trying to get, scraps of information. And it's the same. It's just the same principle as you not memorizing your phone number because it's in your phone. Like, now there's just all of this. You've become reliant on it. Like, and so it's difficult. And I did eventually get information, you know what I'm saying? But it was still like, it took a detective amount of fucking sleuthing to figure it out,
Shit, I gotta go.
Okay.
There.
Patreon.com/gravybabypod if you want to throw some cash at us. Do you have anything that's gravy before we go? Anything quick that's gravy?
I remember this song.
Which song?
Why did you fuck my sandwich up? Ooh, baby, fuck my sandwich up. I said no mayo, and there's no earthly way possible to put more mayo on this sandwich. You fucked it up. You fucked it up. You fucked my sandwich up. Bill's Sandwich Shop. Some of y'all remember that.
Producer Mark said what's gravy for him is there's a scuba thief that robbed the Disney World restaurant.
Oh yeah, that was great. Dude, there's been a lot of great stuff happening.
But I know we didn't get to talk about any of these things because I wasn't here last week, and I apologize for that. But we'll get it. We'll get it next week. But thank you guys so much for listening. We appreciate you. We love you, and we'll see you next week. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
You could stick a whole ribeye in one of your back pockets. Like,